Hey lovelies, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. Sydni Sharyce here, and I am back with another hair tutorial. So I have been watching and seeing girls with this hairstyle, the Boho Bob, and I don't know why I haven't tried it for myself, because this hairstyle is honestly super cute and super easy to do, and it's a very lightweight. That's my favorite part. I hate when like hairstyles are like so heavy on your head and like makes it hard on your neck, but this is such a easy lightweight hairstyle. The girlies were not lying. They were onto something with this hairstyle because it's so versatile and I love how it looks. I feel it looks good on everyone I see it on, so yeah. But I know what you guys are probably here for, so let's get right into the video so you can see how I achieve this look. I'm gonna start off by sharing the products you're definitely gonna need. So starting off, you're gonna definitely need a gel. I use the Shine and Gel Magic Fingers, and I would recommend getting at least a bigger size than this because I was running out. So get yourself a bigger size container. As for the hair I used this pack of the X-Pression Pre-stretched, and the length was 48 inches. I was looking for the 38 inches, but they did not have that in store, so I had to make this work, but it did what it needed to do. So either 38 or 48 I would recommend getting for the length. And I basically only used 2 bundles. So I bought this extra pack just in case, but you're definitely going to need at least 2 bundles to get the full length. As for the feed-in hair, I used human hair from the Y Wigs site. I'll make sure to link it down below, but this comes actually in 2 bundles within it, and I definitely had to use 1 full bundle and a good portion in the second bundle. There's still a lot left, but this was the remainder here I did not use, but it's still a lot left. And so yeah, I would recommend at least getting 2 bundles just to be safe. And yeah, you're definitely need some scissors. You'll see I use these little curling rods to kind of curl up the ends a little bit. You definitely need a pack of these. As for like maintenance to keep the hair intact, I would recommend getting at least a foam and a refresher spray. I'm just using the Camille Rose honey collection. So this one, I'll just make sure to refresh all my curls, and if I do need to air dry or blow dry, I'll just make sure to put it on low heat to blow dry my hair. And this is a nice spray to like kind of refresh the curls as well. So I like these 2 combos for refreshing. Alrighty, let's get into this process. So I am going out of the shower with freshly washed hair. So I did shampoo and condition, and I rinsed that all out my head, and I also did detangle while I was in the shower as well, so my hair is pretty much fluffed and detangled. And now I'm about to start sectioning it. So this is what my hair does look like just being dried and not having any product in it. I am using a rat tail comb just to make sure I section my middle part, and I'm trying to align it to go all the way down the middle of my head. And this is pretty hard since I'm by myself, so I have to use a mirror in front of me, and then I can use the mirror behind me to kind of see where I need to do and place the comb correctly. And I try to section my hair evenly across each row, and I believe I did about 9 or 10 on each side of my head. And now I'm just putting up the top section since I'm going to have to work on the bottom. I am making sure I'm using the Shine and Jam throughout this whole process, so I'm going to make sure I put some on my fingertips, and I'm going to use it to basically border around that whole section I use of hair. And then I'm going to make sure I then separate the hair into 3 sections, and then I'm going to start beginning to braid. I think I braid at least either 4 or 5 times down away from my roots, and then that's when I'm going to start adding hair. So this is a little bit close up for you guys to see it a little bit better. Now I'm going to be adding my first hair piece, and so I'm just basically putting it between my thumb and index finger, and then I'm just braiding as normally. And just for reference, the first 3 rows of my head, I did 3 feed-in hairs and then 3 feed-in human hairs. For the human hairs, I'm making sure I place the bottom tip in my thumb and index, and then I put the extra excess in my mouth just to hold it so it's a little bit tighter when I'm braiding it so it doesn't slip. And then I'm reapplying the jam just on my fingertips to make sure I smooth my natural hair with the actual synthetic hair so it goes a little bit smoother. And I'm basically going to repeat this step about 2 more times since this is the bottom rows of my head. And so I'm adding the feed in, and then I'll add in the human hair, and that will be continuing the whole process. And as I get closer to the ends of my actual natural hair, I try to reapply the jam as much as I can and try to braid as tightly as possible so that there is no slip. But that is basically how I'm doing the bottom 3 rows of my braids. And now this is about halfway through my head, and basically I did 4 rows so far, and I believe I took about 3.5 hours to do all that. But this is a close-up on the rows, and then for the 4th and 5th row of my head, I'm actually doing 4 feed-in hairs and then 4 feed-in of the human hairs, just because it just makes the pattern a little bit easier to remember on which hair I'm on. But I'm sectioning my hair as normal and parting as like evenly as I can to make them squares, applying the jam as usual, and then I'm going to be, sectioning my hair into 3 parts. So this is a better close-up if you need to see a little bit better. But the pattern's pretty simple, apply the gel, braid a couple inches down, add the extra hair in, then braid a little couple inches down, add the human hair in, braid a couple inches down, add the natural hair, and then it repeats itself. So that is basically the pattern I've been doing all throughout my head. I also do have another previous video where I did show how I did the knotless box braids, and basically the same method on how I'm doing the braiding portion of my head. So if you do need to get more clarity on that, there is that video you guys are able to see, and I'll make sure to link it down below for you guys to get quick access to it. And then for my ends towards the end of my hair, I'm making sure I am braiding as tightly as I can, and then I'm applying the jam and coating that little last piece with all that jam so it kind of sticks together. And that is basically how I'm leaving my ends so far right now, but you can see the 4 human hair little pieces sticking out, and then we're on to the next. But this is basically all 5 rows completed, and now I'm currently on one of my hair refill breaks. So basically I'm just applying more hair onto my little rack so that I can kind of prep the hair itself, so that I'm not always going back and forth for each. But this is my rack I got. It holds about 60 hair pieces, and I divided it up in half, with half the human hair and then half of the synthetic hair, so it's easier for me to take it off. And then after the 5th row of my head, the rest of everything on top of my head has 5 feed-ins and then 5 feed-in of the human hair, so that is the pattern I use. So the bottom 3 rows are the 3 and 3, 4 and 5 have the 4 and 4, and then everything above is 5 and 5, if that makes sense. So that is the pattern I've used to do my feed-ins. So if you guys like that method, definitely try it, give it a try. But I'm going to be quiet for the remainder of this segment so you guys can get a close-up on how I'm doing this feed-in method here.
Niggas want me to attack it. Put the hood on, all they calling me Cassius. Aren't you like Bob Braids? Greedy, I can't pass it. Eating everything, nigga, no fasting. I don't care much you knew me in the past tense. I ain't no Julian style, this ain't no last dance. Way past it. Wait. Fucking on my ex, cause he validate me. Fucking up a check, I don't want no receipt. Mind get possessed, let my spirit speak freely. Hey. My past can't escape me. My pussy precedes me. Why my how the times change? I'm still playing the victim and you still playing the picky. It's so embarrassing. All of the things I need living inside of me. I can't see it. It's so embarrassing. All of the love I see living inside of me. I can't see. I'm blind. You ain't getting your bitch back. Calm down, shit could be worse, never say that. I don't want pipe down, rather get paid back. Mama told me never shit where you lay at. I don't want righteousness,
And so now for my ends, I'm going to be using a little perm rod set I got from Walmart that holds about 18. And so I'm about to start using double of my little hair strands and then wrapping it around each. And it's really important to start wrapping in a downwards direction so that you get that little curl at the end in the right direction. So I was curling inwards towards me, and then I was able to dip it into my boiling water, you know, dry it with a little towel, and then, you know, when you unwind it, it comes out curly. So yeah, and this is basically what it looks like after I unravel it. And I do have to scratch a little bit of some of them, but now I'm about to do that same process on the other side, and this is what my hair looks like fully curled at the ends. But the length was not what I was really looking for. It was a little bit long for my taste, so I just got my scissors and started snipping away. The fun part about this hairstyle is that it's very customizable, and so you can kind of get creative and see whatever desired length you want and do that. And I definitely like the little mid back length, and it was giving more of a long bob the way I kind of wanted to look versus the long, extra long pieces I didn't really like. So I did that for the rest of my hair. And then after I finished everything, I then put my foam and then put that in my hair so I can get some of the human hairs to curl up, since that is, you know, human hair, so you have to treat it with extra care a little bit. So this is a little bit more high maintenance hairstyle, but just make sure you apply the proper products into your hair. And now I'm just diffusing it so it kind of all dries together.
Y'all, this is so cute. I finally finished, as you can see. But yeah, this hairstyle, I don't know why I haven't tried it before, but this is definitely giving 10 out of 10. I love how it turned out. It's super cute. Honestly, pretty lightweight compared to other hairstyles as well. But this is definitely a must try if you've not tried any boho. And I ended up cutting the hair a little bit to make it actually more like a bob. So this is more, I would say, long-ish bob. It's mid back, but I like it. But yeah, overall this hairstyle was super easier than I thought it was going to be. Like, it was not hard. Depends on how good you are with braiding, but it's kind of the same method in a sense. So if you guys need me to break it down even more, just let me know. But this is definitely how the hairstyle came out. I am totally in love. This is going to be my next vacay hairstyle, and I love the length too. Like, it's not too long, not too short. I don't believe I've ever done like a mid-back hairstyle before, but this is definitely giving. And with the, like, you know, nice makeup on right now, like, please stop. This is basically the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching and tuning in to see how I achieve this look. Make sure you guys are subscribed to my channel so you can see more hair tutorials like this. If you guys are following my socials, so my TikTok and Instagram is Sydni_Sharyce. Stay up to date on what I'm posting, because I am posting a lot more content now. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.